So, before you make your next purchase on a new pair of headphones, I'm glad you guys came here because what I have in front of me right now is an absolute monster. This is the Edifier Stax Spirit S3. Now, with the retail price of 1,799 ringgit, tapi korang kena rajin-rajin lah go to Shopee and check it out because sometimes ada discount, ada promo and all of that, alright? Now, with that being said, who is this for? So, if you happen to be a sound engineer, music producer, audiophiles, or you just simply appreciate the good, crispy sound that comes from your headphones, then this headphone might just be for you because it packs an absolute punch.
Shopee review, we check for you.
So, without any further delay, tunggu apa lagi? Jom, we unbox this. But before we get to the actual unboxing, aku nak tunjuk sikit. Kat sini, it's stated that it's high-res audio and the other chipset Snapdragon sound. So that is also a plus point. Now, let's go ahead and push this over. Whew, that's a very satisfying feeling. From the get-go, dia punya presentation memang nampak cantik. You know, all of this box is printed with the Stax Spirit's print on it. So that really puts it on top of your head, you know? But let's see what we have inside. Okay, there we go. I believe this is the headphones itself. Okay, now this is pretty interesting. I believe these are the extra ear muffs, right? So this is the leather one. It's actual leather, guys. You guys think I should smell it? Even though I don't know what leather smells like. It felt good. My knees got weak. Inside, we have a 1/4-inch adapter. All of you that are involved within music producing, audio engineering, korang tahulah what is this for, right? It's pretty simple and straightforward. And we have Type-C cable for charging. Last but not least, dalam ni kita ada 3.5mm jack. Now ni is very important for those who are looking for a headphone for gaming. Sebab benda ni, it makes it no latency at all. So which is pretty good, right? And this kind of looks like a guitar pick. I don't know whether that's intentional for the music producers or not, but I think it's a good hit. But I do not know what this is. I do believe it's for changing the earmuffs of this headphones right here. We're gonna put that to the side as well. The big reveal, the headphones itself. Now this has a very premium look to it. You know, you got this ice-feeling earmuffs. If you pinch it, it actually feels very soft, very smooth. You know, I believe it will feel comfortable to the ears. Kat sini ada carbon fiber on the side with the SS logo right here, which stands for Stax Spirit, of course. And on the top, korang ada leather again. There we go. Now, why do they provide these two type of earmuffs? Let me quickly explain. According to their website, this earmuff right here, this leather, it's not your typical regular cow leather. This is lambskin. So what makes it different is that it's a lot smoother, it's a lot softer to the ears, but do take note, it requires more care than normal leather from a cow, of course. So bear that in mind. So, just for the sake of it, aku dah tukar one side leather and another side to the ice-feeling earmuff. So, aku nak try. Oh, huge difference, man. Well, both is actually really good. At the end of the day, it's all up to korang punya preference lah. But I myself, I really like this one, the ice-feeling earmuffs.
Let's kick it. Ice, ice, baby.
I personally really like how it's like fully jam-packed on my ear and it's really soft. I really like it. But don't get me wrong, because according to Edifier as well, the lambskin leather is supposed to get better over time. So over time, the more you wear it, you know, the more it'll get comfortable to your ears. So bear that in mind as well. Mungkin korang dig those kind of things, but I myself, I absolutely am loving this ice-filling earmuffs. Okay, so awal-awal video ni tadi aku dah mention kan, what makes this Edifier Stax Spirit S3 different than most of the available headphones out there. Let me quickly point out the difference lah. Most headphones have dynamic drivers. However, this one, it has something you call planar drivers. Now, what is the biggest difference between these two? Now, let me educate and share with you guys a little bit about these drivers based on my understanding, starting off with dynamic drivers. So, dynamic drivers have one magnet that pushes the diaphragm around, which produces the sound. However, for planar drivers, it has two magnets and a diaphragm that moves in the middle. Now, due to the nature of the movement of this diaphragm, it produces different sound signature. But then again, enough with the technicalities. Let's bring on the dynamic driver and see what's the difference. So, right here, we have one of, a very common dynamic driver headphone with us right here. We're gonna put it to test. Kita cuba tengok beza dia dengan Edifier ni. So, let's go ahead and try it out. Okay. Alright. Okay. That's the dynamic driver. So, Moving on to the Edifier Stax Spirit S3. Let's go. Oh yes, please give me more, man. Okay. I see the biggest difference right now. So, to put it in a layman terms, right, let me use some sound examples as to what I'm feeling right now. So with this dynamic driver, an example that I can pull out from my own mouth is like it goes pum, 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 pum. Meanwhile, for the Edifier, it goes like pum, 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 pum. So it has that very different sound signature. If my conclusion is that if you're the kind of person that suka dengar lagu EDM, hip-hop, trap music, dynamic drivers might just be for you. But if you're like me, right, like myself, I prefer acoustic, instrumentals, a little bit more classical. I like the sound that it produces. It's so crisp. The detail that you get from these are just amazing. Now, due to the nature of the hard bass on these dynamic drivers, it comes with this, sort of like an audio distortion that comes with it. So it's not as close to what the producers intended it to be, but this one, you'll be getting as close to what the producers want you to hear, the amount of details, the amount of crispiness that you get. It feels like you're in an actual studio listening to them recording right now. All right, so I've done the test for myself, comparing it side by side, and I think I pretty like it. However, I want to bring in a couple more people to test out this Edifier Stax Spirit S3, and let's see what they have to say about this headphone.
What I think about this headphone is like the mids and the highs are very prominent.
Pretty balanced, like all things should be.
Very clear, boleh dengar seketul-seketul.
Separation of each instruments are quite prominent.
It's not very bassy. In the kicks and auto strikes are not very heavy, and the high as well, it's pretty clear and doesn't have any muddy sound.
As an editor, kau edit lama, 10 jam. So material ni memang comfortable lah nak pakai lama. More than 10 hours pun rasa macam tak rasa lengoh ke, tak rasa berpeluh.
I've heard that their latency is quite good. They have like close to 0.1 ms if I'm not wrong. That makes actually gaming a pretty fun experience on these headphones as well.
Most importantly, the accuracy of the sound, of the actual sound that it's supposed to sound like.
Ini memang high quality headphones, and if aku ada extra money to spare, memang aku akan go for this one lah. Best.
So disebabkan headphone ni is a wireless device. Now, one of the biggest question kita always ask ourselves is battery life. So from my experience, I have a lot to say about this headphone right here when it comes to battery life, because I am simply amazed. Starting off with how long it lasted. So I received the headphone like few days, right? And then the moment I received the headphone, it lasted me for about 3 days, which is crazy, right? And then eventually I did run out of battery, and then I charged it. It took 2 hours to get to full battery, and according to their website, it could last all the way up to 80 whopping hours. Yes, gang, 80 jam. You guys heard that right, which is absolutely crazy, right? And on top of that, if let's say korang in a rush, right, plug it up right here. The charging port is right here with the Type-C cable that I showed earlier. You plug it up right here for 10 minutes and it can last you 11 hours. Yes, you heard that right again. 11 jam for 10 minutes of charging. So this is why I think this Edifier Stax Spirit S3 battery's performance is an absolute beast. Roar. Okay, so as any other brands, Edifier also have their own app. So this is where most of the customization happen. As you guys can see, over here you have all these physical buttons. You can customize to double tapping it to activate the voice assistants and all that. Triple tapping it serves another purpose. So it's totally up to you. And on top of that, customization is the name of the game of this app right here, right? So you do notice that it has 2 types of earmuffs, right? The ice feeling and also the leather one. So you have this setting right here. So let's say if you're using the leather, just make sure that you put in your app setting to use the leather earmuffs setting so that it'll adjust accordingly. And if you're using the ice filling earmuffs, be sure to click it on the ice filling earmuffs setting. Next one would be, you have different type of EQ that you can choose from. There's classic. I've tried the classic. It's supposed to emulate what a dynamic driver would sound like. It amps up the bass, but then again, it does still have that planar driver sound to it. And then there's hi-fi, which is like the highest audio format that you can get out there, right? And then stack, which is the one I always opt for. I don't know why, but it just sounded right. Also, this device has little to none latency, which makes it excellent for gaming as well. So if you swipe here, you can switch on the gaming mode and also switch it off. The reason why is also because if your phone is capable of running aptX codec, because this headphone has aptX and multiple other codec as well, if it goes hand to hand with one another, it just makes the whole experience a lot better, which is why I see myself gaming in this, which is excellent. So I definitely recommend downloading the Edifier Connect app to make this experience a lot more seamless for you guys. So kalau korang ni jenis yang pay attention to details and design and all that, let me go through the build and design of this headphone. So from the get-go, the weight is pretty properly weight. It's not too heavy, it's not too light at the same time. You get your leather piece over here and you can also adjust it accordingly to the size of your own head. And the back part here is what makes it really beautiful to me, which really catch my eye. You got this black and gold accent to it, right? So this stands for SS, STAX Spirit, of course. And the carbon fiber, man. Have a look at it. It's very shiny. I think this resembles the elegance, the premium, the classy touch to it, right? So you have 3 buttons, all serves different purposes. Of course, up and down for volume, but you can also customize it for double tapping or triple tapping. And the middle button acts as an on and off button, basically a way to pair up your device and all that. All of these are customizable through the app, like I mentioned earlier. You'll be getting a Type-C port over here for charging purposes and a 3.5mm headphone jack. So kalau korang nak gaming ke apa to prevent all of that latency kan, it's advisable to use this 3.5mm headphone jack. However, I did notice something whereby even if you plug it in, you still need to switch on the device for it to work properly. You also did notice this right here. This, I believe, is the microphone and the call quality was pretty good as well. So what does it resemble to you guys? For me, it's pretty simple and straightforward. I like the whole slick, elegant, classy, premium look to it. Okay, so final thoughts and conclusion. Who is this for? Do I think it's worth it? And all that, right? So let's start off with this. If you're the kind of person that actually prefers something that has a lot of bass, that packs a punch, I would definitely recommend you to try and check out the dynamic drivers. However, if you're the kind of person that pays a lot of attention to details, you want that crispy sound coming in, right? And also if you're working in a professional setting like an audio engineer, music producer, or even just Audiophiles, right? I definitely recommend the Edifier Stax Spirit S3 because this is one of the most affordable and at the same time, it's a planar headphones as well. So bear that in mind. I really enjoy using these earphones due to the fact that I myself do a little bit of producing for my podcast. So I definitely appreciate the sound that comes out of it. So that is my review on the Edifier Stax Spirit S3. Don't forget to hit like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on our future videos as well. Don't forget to leave a comment down below. What do you think of these headphones? And also let us know what product should we review next. But till then, stay safe, take care, and I'll see you on the next one. All right?